even know that we've shared her name.
I don't know that we have. Yeah.
Let us introduce you to the newest Adventurtunity family member.
Sierra Cove.
This is Sierra Cove.
What's going on, guys?
Remember us?
We're back.
We still exist.
Yeah, it has been a while, and I think actually last year we did another video similar to this when we were in Galveston.
Yes, where we thought
we
were gonna, go gangbusters. Share all of our travels and journey and everything with you.
Yep, and that was our intention. And then we just got kind of bogged down. We were still traveling.
We got a surprise.
Yeah, well, yes. We got a surprise. We got a big surprise in January. We'd actually gone to Florida to get our battery system installed. And while that was happening, while we were in the Airbnb,
yeah, we found out
that this little lady was on the way.
Which definitely changed some things for us last year, but one of the things it changed for me personally was I really wanted to prioritize that time with Cade.
Yeah.
As, his last year kind of as an only child, and really take a step back and just soak up being in the moment and focusing on our family and really focusing on him and just, like I said, soaking that up. And that's pretty much what we did. Even on social media, when here we're on YouTube, but we're on other platforms too, we kind of just took a step back just to enjoy fully the best that we could. Plus, we also work on the road, which takes a lot of time sometimes too.
Well, yeah, and we picked up more work.
Yes.
So it was kind of all this stuff happening at once.
And one thing that you think about too, or that you might not think about, especially if you're not a full-time traveler, is insurance. So we work for ourselves, we have our own health insurance, but we're based out of Maryland. And so I had to actually fly back a couple of times for some doctor's appointments. My doctors were fantastic. They really worked with me along the road, and I only really flew back twice.
Yep.
Thankfully, we had a great healthy pregnancy, and then we went back to have her, and we were there for about 3 months.
Yeah. So we still documented everything, and
that you may or may not see.
And I'm trying to figure out how we can still incorporate a lot of that into future videos so that we can share a lot of those adventures with you, because we did some amazing stuff.
It's just hard to try to show you what we're currently doing and then also retrospectively include that too.
Right.
So yeah, you may see some B-roll or
we'll
some
figure
highlights
it out. I'll get creative with it. But we still had an amazing year of travel. Like before we went back to Maryland to have Sierra, we still did some cool stuff. I remember.
Yeah, we went to Utah, which is one of our most favorite places. I think out of everywhere we've spent the most time in Utah. We do have a lot of friends and family friends in the Salt Lake City area. We love snow. We've been there a lot. We ended up going to Moab for like a Mother's Day weekend. We floated to Colorado with good friends of ours.
And I lost.
Oh my gosh.
I lost our other GoPro.
Yeah, we had the best day on the water.
And then towards the end of the day, I was in a little pack raft. And
wind picked up.
Towards the end of the day,
it was kind of getting crazy out there on the water.
Wind blew up the river, flipped me over, and I had a float on the camera because I knew we were going to be in the water. I had a float on it, but I don't know if it just got whisked away or if the float wasn't strong enough to float it. So
if anybody finds a GoPro and recognizes us,
if you happen to be floating down the Colorado in Moab and come across a GoPro with a blue cover on it and a yellow float that didn't work, and a selfie stick. There was a selfie stick on it too. But we also came to Albuquerque. We started out in Albuquerque.
Yep, that's right.
When we started this journey, we wanted to get out west. We got out west, and we absolutely fell in love with the mountains, the lakes, the air, just everything about being in the mountains. And when we got back, after going to Florida, getting our batteries installed, finding out we were pregnant, we made our way to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we did that first hike there. And it was just like, okay, we're back in the mountains. So anyway, we had a blast in Albuquerque. It was first time spending time in New Mexico. And then, like you said, we went to Utah.
Yeah, we went to Utah, had a great time there. Then we went up to Idaho.
Yep.
We boondocked a bit, which was fantastic.
Awesome.
We always love boondocking. We really felt like, especially with our paddleboard batteries, like we were in a jive. We were like in a rhythm of boondocking.
Yeah.
And I think we were up to like 9 days straight.
Oh yeah. So nice to be able to just be out like we are right now, out in the middle of nowhere, and enjoy camping in nature as if we're hooked up to shore power. We're not, but we have enough power to operate like we would normally.
So then we went up to northern Idaho. We had my parents meet us. They came
Yep.
out from Maryland and met us there, and the locals were great.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was
We
awesome.
loved it. Cade we were there for, we were there for like 2 weeks?
Like 2 weeks, yeah.
We were there shorter than we had originally planned, but we got Cade in a soccer camp, and then we went to Glacier again and spent the summer.
But that was where you were probably, what, 6-7 months pregnant at that point?
Yeah.
And you had a bucket list hike on your agenda. Actually, 2 bucket list things
Yeah, I
on
had
your
2.
agenda.
Okay, so we knew we were going to go to Glacier again. One was hiking to Avalanche Lake with my paddleboard because I wanted to paddleboard that lake.
Yeah, we haven't seen anybody do that because it's a 3-mile hike. It's not a terribly hard hike, but it's 3 miles up a mountain.
I will
get
say
to
I
the
thought
lake.
it was harder. I mean, I did pretty well pregnant, but I didn't remember. I remembered it being easier than it was when we did it the second time. My lovely husband, he carried
The pack mule.
the paddleboard for us all the way up there, so we did get to paddle on Avalanche Lake, which
was
absolutely
insanely
incredible.
cool.
The second was Iceberg. So Iceberg Lake is on the east side of Glacier.
It's a 10
Plus 10 plus miles.
10-mile round trip hike. You're in the sun the whole way. There's not a lot of shade.
Right?
It's a pretty
I mean, you're
decent
up.
incline.
You're going up.
Yeah.
There's
and-
lots of bear, moose, grizzly sightings. So I'm looking at all trails, and I just keep seeing saw moose, saw bear, saw. I'm like, oh gosh. I mean,
And
I'm
she's 7 months pregnant,
like,
so it's like,
good grief. And I'm like, I just don't want the fear to stop me from seeing and doing something that I really want to do. And my parents were there, so they were able to stay with Ruko and Cade. We don't get a lot of date time, and
Yeah.
I was like, let's just do it. Let's go for it. We got up early, and
Yep.
we did it.
we went out there and we did that hike, and it
incredible.
was amazing. We ended up seeing 2 moose. I
You almost ran into.
ran into the backside of one of them because he was right off the trail and came around a corner and almost ran into him. Thankfully, didn't. We had no direct contact with moose. Kept on moving, and the lake was insanely beautiful. They call it Iceberg Lake because there are icebergs in it year round.
But he still got in for
They go
us
in the
because
water.
that's one of the things we love is every glacier lake we come across, or any really body of water, we get in it. But it was so cold.
My guess is that water temperature was in the upper 30s. Like it was
That would have been.
instant.
I
freezing.
mean,
bad
we-
idea for. A
Yeah,
7
we
month
saw
pregnant
some
woman.
people in there that were just
You
like.
did put your feet in for a few minutes.
did.
You're like, yeah,
Oh,
this is-
and I ate a piece of ice from the glacier.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good. It was like little pebble or like little crystallized little pebble
Yeah, because
pieces of ice.
it had been floating in the water.
Yeah,
and it
and it
broke
came
off
up, and so some people were, just
Chipping
like,
pieces
yeah,
off.
it was delicious.
Let's go. But that was Montana. Like we love Montana.
Yep.
We did end up having to go back to Maryland, which ended up being a blessing in
Because our
disguise.
family's
because
there, help is there.
yeah, we got to stay with your parents for a couple months, and that was definitely a big help with a newborn because Kate just turned 6, so it had been over 5 years since we'd done the newborn
yeah.
thing. So we'd done it before, but there was a little bit of a learning curve getting back into the groove. So thankfully, her parents let us park the rig in their driveway and let us stay with them and wake them up in the middle of the night with a crying baby. Also allowed us to get some work done on the RV while we were there, and get prepared for being back out on the road, because even though we were going to have a baby, we definitely want to keep traveling. We're not done yet.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is the best year to do it when she's not mobile.
Yeah.
once she's running, walking with Cade, it might be another story.
Yeah,
But yeah, so we were able to do a couple things on the RV, changed up some decor, kind of got ready for the baby.
Did some while we were back at her parents' place. We were able to not only clean some stuff out of the RV, but like you said, update it, kind of refresh some of the decor a little bit, add a few things here and there that make it a little bit more functional and a little bit more user friendly with the new around. So that'll be the next video. We're going to share all that stuff with you, and then we've got a lot of stuff coming up as well. We'll do an update on LiquidSpring been asking about that, and I'm pretty excited to share that with you too. So, all right, well, I think that's it for today. We appreciate you guys watching and staying with us through the slow posting time, but we are super excited to share a whole lot more of our adventures and a whole lot more of our journey with you in the coming year.
As you guys know, we're the Adventurtunity Family. We're all about seeking adventure and embracing opportunities. That's what these past 2 years have been about for us. That's what this next year will be about, and we're so excited to share that with you.
Our biggest adventurtunity is to get to the Pacific Northwest this year. We've missed it the last 2 years for various reasons, but this year we're gonna make it happen.
And we'd love to know, what are your adventurtunities? Where do you want to go, or where do you want to travel to, or where do you love? Where should we go?
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you, so please leave us some comments below, let us know, and we'll see you in the next video.